And so what we are doing, as you can see on the screen right here, is 4 2-minute segments. And with each one of these segments, the goal is to take something current, such as Damian Lillard's 71-point game, and then take that topic and talk about something you have possibly never thought about before. Which is why the first segment on this channel is going to be none other than a conspiracy. As we dive into video footage of Wilt Chamberlain, I just want to present to you the facts of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. And they are that number one, there is no video footage of this game. The footage we are currently watching is just Wilt being amazing in general. Number two, there were only 4,124 people in attendance of this game. And here's where things get even stranger. Because fact number three about this game, there was no actual audio recording. The man who called this game was Bill Campbell, a longtime Philadelphia sports radio announcer, and he says he is sorry he didn't make a copy of that historic broadcast. Okay, so then going further, Wilt called me from Los Angeles. He asked me if I had tape of that fourth quarter, which he of course did not. As a matter of fact, the next morning in the office, I got a call from a fan. He said, on my homemade recorder here at home, I have a couple minutes of the fourth quarter, including a period where he got his 100th point.
The rebound, Luckenbill. Back to Ruckwick. Into Chamberlain.
Knicks coach Eddie Donovan would say, the game was a farce. They would foul us and we would foul them. Chamberlain shot attempts by quarter, 14, 12, 16, 21. Yes, that is right. If you did not know, the fourth quarter of this game essentially was a foul fest because the Knicks were trying to intentionally foul other players and Wilt to prevent him from breaking the record, but then Wilt went and did the improbable / impossible almost. Wilt also shot 28 of 32 from the free throw line in this game, which is around 87.5%. For his career, he was a 51% free throw shooter, 28 of 32. And again, only 4,000 people saw it. Suspicious, which is maybe how Dallas Mavericks fans should feel about Kyrie Irving, seeing as the last few situations with his teams have not worked out, but I'm optimistic. Will Kyrie and Luka work out as a pairing? Let's be honest, only time will tell. So instead of focusing on what could be, let's focus on what has already happened. The last time Luka and Kyrie played each other, aka when Luka buried Kyrie. Now, before we drop into Luka dropping a 40-point triple-double on Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant's head, collective heads there, let's take a look at this quick list, I think, of the 3 most embarrassing times a former teammate got cooked before then a new star was traded to that team. Now, Kyrie on the 2017 Cavaliers did have 42 points on the Boston Celtics and Jaylen Brown. Kobe had 40 points on Ron Artest. They had a great rivalry back in the day. Kobe even did this.
Battier watching Kobe. Scooping, driving, and putting it in! How in the world did he do that?
But the best, of course, has to be Klay versus KD here. As we can see, this is where Game 6 Klay was actually born. Klay Thompson had 11 three-pointers, which was a record at the time in Game 6 of the 2016 Western Conference Finals, which you may remember as the same Western Conference Finals where the Warriors came back from a 3-1 series deficit. Kevin Durant got embarrassed by Klay Thompson, and then KD somehow ended up on the Warriors. So as we dive into this highlight, as we already know that this list exists, I'm jumping right here. 4-point game. Luka drives on KD. Remember, this is one man versus 2 Hall of Famers. And so as we watch Luka absolutely dismantle the Brooklyn Nets, I want to talk about the fact that it cannot be understated that this game took place, as you can see, on October 27th, 2022. Dallas Mavericks got a one-man win here. Luka definitely cooked himself, but the reason this will always have gigantic significance to me is that for whatever reason, after this game was when Kyrie Irving posted his infamous tweet. It is when the Brooklyn Nets owner then came down on Kyrie, and it was after Luka Doncic himself took down the Brooklyn Nets that the Brooklyn Nets ended up folding. That's very coincidental. And again, like I said, I am optimistic for Luka and Kyrie. However, as the thumbnail on this video suggests, while I'm optimistic, I'm also realistic, and I'm really rooting for Luka here. I just want Luka to do well because at the end of the day, Luka Doncic represents young greatness. So let's switch over to a segment on greatness.
The game is tied at 91. The Pistons take a timeout.
LeBron James said that should have been an and one.
a segment on LeBron James, who just recently, of course, passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time scoring list, but also, back in 2007, LeBron James gave us true young greatness. He gave us one of the greatest young performances we have ever seen by a fourth-year player. As on this chart, we have some of the greatest players of all time. We have Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Dirk Nowitzki. And so right now, 2007 LeBron is not on this list, but after this, we're going to rank him on this list because this is against the Detroit Pistons, who famously won the NBA championship in 2004. So LeBron is going against a team of champions. And I'm just going to go to 3 minutes left. The Cavaliers are down by 7 points. To say the season is on the line would be an understatement. But LeBron drives right to the basket and won. Fourth season LeBron, a team that has already done it in the Palace. Oh my! But Pistons come back, drain a 3. Here we go. LeBron James. Blow by dunk. Blow by dunk. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. 2-point game, overtime.
James has to fire.
What? This is one of the most beautiful jump shots I feel like I've seen. This is a young GOAT. Any criticism we want to say about LeBron James, he was that guy in the moment. He acted like it. He performed like it. This was his 4th season. And we go to a second overtime. In this second overtime, I cannot stress enough how much LeBron just destroyed the Pistons with jump shots. Watching this tape back right now, you gotta be kidding me. 8 seconds left though. He just went, that is 4-on-1, okay? Who was off to the side? Rashid? Is that Rashid? Rashid will give you. Ball don't lie, tape don't lie, you're off to the side. LeBron, 4-on-1, 22 years old, closes the game, 25 straight points to end this game, 25. Heading back to this list, I would put this number 1 on this list. A young LeBron James was certainly impressive. So were a young James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant. You may have heard of that big 3 before. Looking at this chart of the biggest failed big 3s of all time, we have to ask the question. Well, 2 questions. Number 1, Harden, Westbrook, and KD, are they the biggest big 3 failure of all time? And number 2, did Kobe Bryant break the Oklahoma City Thunder apart? Because if you did not know, we are jumping to the 2012 Olympics. We are jumping to my ad blocker getting activated. And as you can see, at 2012 Olympics, Kobe Bryant told Russell Westbrook not to defer to Kevin Durant with the Thunder. So what is the story here? Well, Kobe Bryant's career did not end ideally. He had a torn Achilles and he played with Dwight Howard. But the thing is, headed into that super team failure in itself of Dwight Howard and Steve Nash combined with Kobe and Pau, before that experiment, in the 2012 Western Conference semifinals, the Thunder actually matched up against the Lakers and the Thunder just completely destroyed the Lakers 4-1. Kobe, though, still averaged 31 points per game in that series. He still believed he was going to win a championship. The problem was the Thunder were young and they reached the NBA Finals in 2012, where they lost to the Miami Heat, but they would never reach the NBA Finals again with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook together. Enter Kobe Bryant. According to Woj, in 2012, what I remember with Kobe was he spent a lot of, or he spent some of, that Olympics with Russell Westbrook telling Russ, you know, you should be winning scoring titles. I don't know why you're letting Kevin win scoring titles. You should be winning them. Anything he could do to plant a little seed of dissent with 2 teammates, it was pretty funny. Except, as we can see on Basketball Reference, that 2012 season, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook took about the exact same amount of shots, 19.7 for KD and 19.2 for Russ. And if we just click next season here, boom, Russell Westbrook. More shots than Kevin Durant. Looking back at this chart, I will say that the Oklahoma City Thunder, I mean, they have 3 MVPs on their team. They have to be number 1. I will go with the 2014 Nets as number 2 because whatever they did led to the 2022 Nets. And there we have it, guys. I really, really hope you enjoyed this. But for right now, I just want to say, if you are still here, thank you so much for being still here. You really are truly awesome. Thank you so much. And as always, have an awesome day.
How you doing, kid? Shut up, Tom.